This is NR2003 Predicts. We take the entry list of NASCAR's top 3 series, send them through the ratings algorithm, and see who comes out on top. Here's a few tidbits to know heading in. The driver ratings are updated race by race to reflect the performance of that driver throughout the season, as well as at that specific track in recent years. The races are at 100% length and use normal tire and fuel wear. The starting lineup will match the real-life qualifying using the provisional starting order, not the one that includes drivers heading to the back. The weather will match the real-life start time data, and commentary will match the real-life scenarios, not the standings that will be posted at the end of the video. And as always, this series is for entertainment purposes only. Using artificial intelligence and using the results of this race for gambling purposes is discouraged. The Xfinity race taking place yesterday, Austin Cindric will be first to the line. He's won quite a few intermediates this season. Michael Nett, Ross Chastain, Chase Briscoe, Justin Haley making up the top 5, and we'll see a lot of our playoff guys up there in the top 15, having some solid days and keeping that playoff contention tight. Timmy Hill would drop out with some issues, as would David Starr and Anthony Alfredo, one of the surprises back there. And in the truck series, look at that. We got a 3-wide situation here coming to the line, trying to avoid the slow Norm Benning. But it'd be Grant Enfinger first to the line, followed by Brett Moffitt, Ben Rhodes. And James Buescher finds himself into the top 5, although I believe a late caution kind of helped him out there. Christian Eckes also there in the top 5. Some issues for drivers like Matt Crafton, Ryan Truex, and Sheldon Creed, the pole sitter. Ends up in last place. He had something go wrong after stage 2. And now we move on to the Cup event, second race of the round of 8. Kevin Harvick, Joey Logano going to take the green flag here at Texas. A lot of Fords out front. Harvick going to edge ahead of the Penske teammates, who are going to stay in close contention here. Harvick out in front right now. It's Tyler Reddick that leads the way in average finish. He only has one race here, and he finished second in it. Got that earlier this season, finishing runner-up to his teammate Austin Dillon. Still looking for that first victory here in the Cup Series. Jimmy Johnson is the one that leads the way in the win column, although obviously his last win has been quite a few races away, but trying to see if he can stay in contention here today. We're seeing a battle here between Kyle Busch and Brad Keselowski, looking for his first win of the season. He could go winless this year, which would be a bad break for Kyle Busch, already eliminated from the playoffs, but at the moment he's showing some speed that he hasn't shown all season. And we've got some issues here for Aric Almirola. He's running slow through the tri-oval, and he's going to get contact from behind by Chris Buescher, and Quinn Houff also going to go hard into the outside wall. It looks like there was a problem with Almirola, hearing that it's the fuel system. That's what started to get him going slow, but then he got run into the back of by the 17. He'll try to get that repaired. Meanwhile, hearing Kurt Busch going behind the wall. Bad break for a driver who suffered at Kansas. Oh, a little bit of contact here near the front of the field. Kevin Harvick riding the bumper of Chase Elliott. Harvick leading the way on top 10s, 23 here at this racetrack. Trying to see what he can do to get around the 9 car, but the 2 working to his inside. Keselowski trying to work his way back up toward the front. Was leading earlier on. Still inside the top 5 and with this group that's near the front. Harvick followed by Hamlin, Elliott, and then Keselowski. And in 5th position is Austin Dillon, who we mentioned earlier. Got the victory at this track a little bit earlier this season, which actually got him into the playoffs. Is working himself inside the top 5, which is a good run for him. We are having some issues at the end of the stage. Kevin Harvick coming down to pit lane. Looks like that caution came out at a little bit of an inopportune time. He had to come get fuel. So the stage 1 is going to end. Denny Hamlin going to take the stage win, followed by Keselowski, Chase Elliott, Aric Almirola, and Martin Truex Jr. Alex Bowman also up there, playoff contender, while Kevin Harvick not going to be able to earn stage points this round. Obviously looking to get himself into the Championship 4 after not being able to make a pass on Logano last week. 22 is the only driver in the Championship 4 confirmed. We're going to have a tight situation here as Keselowski trying to get around some lap traffic. He's going to go for a ride through the infield and come right back up on track in front of Ricky Stenhouse Jr. We're going to see a few more cars involved, maybe not to a heavy extent. Chad Fincham. Looks like he got a little contact. Garrett Smithley. But a bad break there for the 2, who will stay in the race, but he's going to have some heavy damage to deal with throughout this one. Now we see Alex Bowman out at the front of the field. Looks like some pit strategy coming into effect here. And going to have some more problems down here in turn 1. Ty Dillon getting turned by Michael McDowell, but he's going to come down the racetrack and get slammed by Chad Fincham. And the 13 car goes over. Jimmy Johnson also involved. Also see the 66 Timmy Hill. Quinn Houff, Brendan Poole also crashing down the track, and the luck is just not going to go Jimmy Johnson's way. He is not going to be victorious here today. We see the restart, but then some more problems. Reed Sorensen going to get turned there. Looks like it was Joey Gase that pushed up into him in the middle of turns 1 and 2, and 77 will go around. That's going to be a single car incident. So we'll take another restart. Alex Bowman out in front. Kevin Harvick in close pursuit. And we're going to see some more contact here in turns 3 and 4. Keselowski all over the quarter panel of Joey Gase trying to get around him. That's going to create a 4-wide situation, and he's going to get turned by Eric Jones in front of the field. Matt Kenseth involved, and so is Denny Hamlin, Joey Logano. Not a ton of huge hits, but definitely contact that's going to slow down some of these race cars. And once again, Keselowski involved in an incident. He can't get away from these things. So take the restart, and now the 9 car out in front. And another issue here. Double spin through the infield. Eric Almirola going off the front of Kyle Busch. Reed Sorensen also going around, and Denny Hamlin's going to plow into him. The 11 car far back there as he was trying to get repairs on his race car, and he is going to end up in another accident, and that one is going to take him out of the race. And Hamlin trying to see if he can stay inside the playoff picture. He didn't have a great run at Kansas, and now this is really going to hurt his chances. We see Alex Bowman staying in contention with Kevin Harvick. Not going to let him get away that easily. Harvick in a pretty safe situation if he can't get a victory. Alex Bowman, he is below the cut line. This is going to be really important to him. He's going to take the pit lane earlier than Harvick is. And as we see the 4 car pulling off, here comes the 88 with the momentum. Big break there for the 88 car. Utilizes some pit strategy, and he's going to get to the line first and take the stage victory over Harvick, followed by Kyle Busch. Tyler Reddick up there in the top 5, along with Martin Truex Jr. Chase Elliott, playoff contender, gets 8th. So now we move on to the final stage of this one, and there's going to be some more pit strategy coming into effect. As we see Bowman behind 3 drivers, Tyler Reddick, Clint Bowyer, Kevin Harvick all appearing to stay out on that one. It was just shortly before the stage end that they took their pit stop, so trying to see if they can hold on their tires for now and get their last fuel run later on. And Tyler Reddick trying to pull away, utilize the lap traffic, although unfortunately for him, he is not going to be able to keep that up for long, as Harvick is just going to go right by him. That 4 car being very dominant right now, and he's finally getting out in front. We see Joey Logano, the guy that took the victory last week at Kansas. He is currently a lap down. Trying to see if he can get back on the lead lap, see if he can chase the 4 car down. We're seeing Harvick now coming down the pit lane, and he's going to take his final stop of the race. Going to be about a 60-lap run to the end, and he is really pulling ahead of the rest of the competition. Not going to be much of a battle for him to face. And we see Alex Bowman just couldn't hold on to that momentum that he had after getting that stage victory, and he's going to go a lap down as well. 4 car really found the right adjustments to get ahead, and now he's going to take the white flag. He's trying to find that victory number 10 at Kansas and wasn't able to pull off the pass on Logano, but right now he is putting on a clinic. Looking for another bid in the championship for just 1 championship to his name in 2014, but the way that he's been running, he has to be the favorite going into the championship round at Phoenix. But here at Texas, he is going to come away with another trophy. Coming out of turn 4, no competition from behind. Kevin Harvick going to win here today at Texas. An absolute dominance on his end. We'll take a look at the final results. Truex Jr. comes home in second. Alex Bowman will grab third. Clint Bowyer, Eric Jones putting up some nice runs in the top 5. Joey Logano, Chase Elliott walk away with some top 10s as well. And Tyler Reddick, who finished runner-up here earlier this season, he will come home with a top 10 as well. A little bit further back in the grid, Kyle Busch, Eric Almirola just outside the top 10. Got William Byron, a former playoff contender, gets 16th spot, and Brad Keselowski had some heavy damage to his race car. He will get 17th, trying to limp it home. Austin Dillon, the winner at this track earlier this season, will get 20th place. Not a great day going for him. We see the big disappointment here, Denny Hamlin finishing 29th. He did not have a good day, at least in relative to the rest of the field at Kansas, and now this is really going to put him in a dangerous spot moving forward. Meanwhile, Kurt Busch, he had a problem at Kansas, and now he has a problem here at Texas, finishing in last position. This is going to be a huge comeback for him if he has any chance of making the championship forward. That is it for NR2003 Predicts. We hope you enjoyed the race, and we will see you all next time.